I thought the sort of runaway bride conceit made a lot of sense within the narrative, and I thought that the opening really set up an interesting sort of emotional and thematic ideas that were matched by the performance of the lead actress or lead performer, and her sort of approach to using the environment to, I thought, create a sense of energy and momentum through the piece. I thought worked quite well, and I felt the music in particular really matched it. They gave the piece a very cinematic feel that worked well in creating a good backdrop for the performance, but giving you sort of a sort of overall cinematic experience that I thought worked well, especially because it really packed a lot in a short amount of time. So I thought it was well done, had a good mix of music, editing, pacing.
I think that they did such a wonderful job of building up this tension, and we can tell that, of course, she's a runaway bride um, in this beautiful forest, just running and running. And I think obviously her movements and actions, along with the music, just really help to build this like um, dis-ease and panic and um, the sense that she is running away from danger, whether real or perceived. And when she finally reaches this little cottage, which we get kind of like a flat like shots and like little flash previews of, which I thought were really cool because we didn't know exactly what we were seeing. There's just really close up pictures of, the steam of a kettle and the light. And she finally gets there and we're like, oh, and she's home. And then, it transitions to this beautiful blue sky and it's calm and it's peaceful. And we know that she's found peace and she's found rest. So I really like how this story was visually told.
Tradition and systemic values here. Here is this woman, she's expected to get married, put her veil on, so to speak. And so when we're introduced to this character, what do we see? We see a broken glass of wine, we see this candle burning. Um, at its, this igniting of a flame. We're seeing her and in this state of crippling anxiety. And we're getting this through moments of her squeezing and onto her knee, holding onto her stomach. When it comes to anxiety, it can be a very gut ridden experience. And this leads her to kind of have a chase sequence happen in the woods here. The music intensifies this. It seems like we're in this developing chase here, and where does she get to in the end, but exactly where she began, with the swinging light, with the candle being blown out. Kind of overcoming this sense of fear right before unveiling this very vulnerable moment, so to speak, that she might not necessarily want to do in the first place.
I get the sense that this is a runaway bride and she's escaping a marriage that she didn't want to be a part of, or a wedding rather, just in time. And all her movements and her mode and emotes this cry out for freedom, this one and for freedom and for independence from the conforms of the idea of this marriage, and the concept was very clear here.
I thought there were some interesting sounds and visuals that really kept me intrigued. I really liked the lighting, especially in the very beginning when this natural sun coming in and then she kind of blocks it with her head. Um, Really nice camera work throughout, especially while she's running through the forest. Really made me feel with the title, especially in the running and the veil being lost in the woods, that she was trying to get away from a wedding. So just really neat throughout. Really, like I said, it just kept me intrigued. I felt like something bad was happening, and kind of gave me the sense that this wedding would have been bad. So really great performance as well from the performer, and like I said, really well done throughout with the location and the running through the forest and the colors of the cabin and just the set design and everything. And the wedding dress was beautiful.
Very tense. And I think it has the music, the B-roll, and the editing to thank for that. Um, the way that the editing was able to compose the choreography, all of the B-roll of inside the cabin, and just this crescendo of anxiety. It created this huge cacophony that was very masterfully put together.